Finding all kinds of gems on the PlayStation Network store, or are we?
Or are we?
This is Funky Lab Rat. Might not be the most enticing title for a video game out there. What do you think?
Now, the way that this game starts off is there's a little rat, and he's in a cage, and his cage falls over. He escapes, and what does he do? Eats a giant pill. Most rats, whenever you find them in cartoons or video games, they always are after cheese.
Yeah.
Not this rat.
No.
I didn't see any cheese. Maybe there's
He wants
cheese
drugs.
somewhere. He wants pills.
He wants those
Which
pills,
is an
man.
interesting message.
Yes.
Or is it?
Where's
And
he
these
go?
pills, they're always in a cloud of some kind.
Yes.
There's a cloud. It's a laboratory is filled with a gas.
And at least he has a flashlight, so he's got it kind of together. This is probably the most put together rat I've ever seen.
The rat. I don't understand the physics of this either, because
Yeah.
if you just simply shine the rat flashlight at a cloud,
Yeah.
the cloud goes away and there's the pill hanging in midair.
Now, you've just described the most brilliant video game I've ever heard. Right? I mean, why didn't BioWare make this one?
So you can rewind, so you can pause time,
Yeah.
you can manipulate objects. Now this is where the Move controller comes in handy if you want
Did
to.
you use the move?
I didn't, I'm lazy.
I didn't use the move.
You don't have to use the Move
yeah.
controller, but once you pause the game, and you get a certain number of pauses per level.
Yep.
So if you use up all your pauses and you haven't manipulated the level to your liking, you
Yep.
got to start over again. Some of these physics puzzles, pretty challenging.
Very hard. Yeah,
know,
they're mind benders.
There's certain areas that are dangerous to the rat that the rat does not like, and in fact he will incinerate if he touches them. And you have to circumnavigate those dangerous areas, and some might involve him making a leap, you pausing, and then manipulating an object so he can land on
Yeah.
it. He lands on it. I mean, things start to get tricky really quickly.
Very quickly.
Yeah, I don't think it's as hard or as challenging or as much of a toupee scratcher as Braid was or
No.
PB Winterbottom was.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. I think there's a nice ramp, but by the second world, you're into some very tricky stuff. And I like this idea that the pills magically open up new worlds.
Yeah.
You collect a bunch of
What
pills
kind
and
of
then
message is this game trying to send?
you also have to shine the flashlight on the exit door. And, you know, really, that's the whole design right there that we've just described the entirety of the game. But all of the functions that the rat has, you jump with the trigger buttons, but all the functions that the rat has are applied to the face buttons on the PlayStation controller. And that gets a little clunky and tough to kind of grapple with as you're in the heat of things. When you're jumping in midair and you realize you have to press I think the X button to pause everything, but it's the R1 button to jump, and you know, you'll press the wrong buttons invariably as you're trying to figure out how to beat these puzzles. I thought it was kind of barren and a little bit minimalist in terms of design.
There's kind of a Tex Avery quality to some of the animation,
But
you know?
I kind of grew to really dig this. I
What?
like the
Who are
physics
you?
of it, and I like the complexity of the puzzles because you're moving all of these objects around. You get all of these cool rewind. It's like a Braid type experiment.
Yeah, we've
thing
seen this
with-
kind of thing before with
Yeah.
Blinks. Remember that magic cat
Yes.
who could rewind time, or
Prince of Persia.
Full Auto?
Yeah.
Or there's been a
We
series.
can rewind time right here. Take a look. What are you going to give Funky Lab Rat?
6.
It's a 7 for me.